Hello and welcome to my new video. I just want to start off by saying that sorry it's taken this long to make a new video. I was waiting to get a new microphone and now I have, so here I am. Happy days. And I also want to say thank you very much for all the comments that you've given me, the good and the bad. But truthfully, there really is no such thing as good or bad. There is only information. It's all based on personal perception, and how we perceive information makes up reality. And that's what I really want to talk about today in this video, is the notion of subjective reality. Also, hopefully this will make a little bit more sense of where I'm coming from with regards to the geometry in even other videos I'm going to be releasing in the future. So, reality. Reality is a personal experience. It's what makes us individual and unique. It's what makes us alive and awake. Basically, reality is what you make of it. We appear to share the same thoughts, emotions, and experiences, but when it really comes down to it, they're only personal perceptions that we've agreed upon one way or another. I might agree with Joe down the street that the grass is green, but his perception of green might be completely different to mine. I'd never know what green looked like to Joe unless I saw it through his eyes, and vice versa. We just had to trust each other that we're seeing the same thing. Grass is green and green is green. However, at this level of understanding is where we have disagreements. Lindsay and myself might agree that the grass is green, but I think her cigarette lighter is pink, where she thinks it's purple. You must have seen that "what color is this dress" illusion a few years back. To some it was blue and black, and to some it was white and gold, which are two very different perspectives. If you haven't seen this, just type in "what color is this dress" into Google and it'll show up. So anyways, after years and years of agreements and disagreements, we've collectively established rules and theories on how things work. And by doing this, we've inevitably put ourselves into a box. We've limited ourselves by the rule of general perception, rather than individual perception. This is not reality. We all just agree that it is. We grow up trusting the information we learn from our parents, friends, and teachers, but at the end of the day, what we learned from them was only the perception, and the same goes with my videos. There might be truth in what they say, but words are always going to dilute the truth. For example, have you ever had the feeling that someone was watching you, let's say in a restaurant? Someone's staring at the back of your neck. You turn around and you find out that it was true, perhaps an ex of yours or someone like that. But either way, how do you explain that experience? If you had 10 different people who all agreed they had the same type of experience, and you asked them to explain how they felt, they'd probably all give very different explanations. This is the problem with certain famous books which I won't mention. Some very powerful mystical experiences could have happened long ago, but at the end of the day, they were recorded using language. And the truth gets lost in translation as soon as it's written. So how could you ever really know unless you had the direct experience yourself? I think that stands true for all things. Everything is just a theory until you have the experience. So where does this take us? Well, the reality or general perception that we all primarily share is the Newtonian physics reality. Everything is separate and solid. I am me and you are you. We are separate. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. We are always working from a level of separation. We live in a world of external need. It's the everyday norm. If you have a headache, you take a painkiller. You have a fear of chickens, you talk to your therapist. You have a hangover, you might have a fried breakfast, because that's what you've learned to do, and that works for you. But does it always work? Does it sometimes never work? Have you ever found yourself doing that same thing over and over, hoping it'll just work one day? Like when you say those positive affirmations at work, but your day still sucks? Or what about that conversation you have with your spouse, but nothing ever seems to sink in? Does that sound like something you do? Well, I think we all do this to some degree. This is where we feel stuck. We have nowhere to go and nothing seems to work. So what can you do then? Something different. I think I may have already mentioned this before, but I'll say it again. There was a famous quote by Einstein that said, "The definition of insanity was doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results." And that's exactly what we're doing living in this Newtonian box. Everything we do is in relation to the Newtonian physics. That is limiting. Now, if we were to approach a situation from, let's say, a quantum physics perspective, you might get a different result. To me, quantum physics doesn't overwrite Newtonian theory, it just includes it. Now, if you were to find a way to harness a quantum experience, you're going to most definitely experience change. All the rules you thought were true will go right down the toilet. The solid becomes fluid, and expectation becomes multidimensional. I'll talk more about this quantum perspective and ways to experience this in later videos, but for now I just want to get back to the point. which is if we have a way of changing up our perception, i.e. quantum reality, sacred geometry, or even biophoton theory, we ramp up the probability of experiencing something different. So how the hell do you do this? Well, I already explained a little bit about this in my second video regarding sacred geometry. But here's an exercise that you can try, but just make sure that you're at home or somewhere relaxing, as this could make you feel a bit strange sometimes, but in a good way. Don't worry, whatever you experience is just perfect. Also, this is a slowed down version of the exercise just so I can explain. You'll soon realize it can all be done with a blink of an eye. So it's as simple as knowing what you want. Let's say relief from a headache or loosen a stiff neck. Start with something small whilst you practice. This keeps you more neutral to the outcome. Now, just forget about the outcome, or how this will heal, or any of that logical nonsense. You don't need to worry about that for now. Okay, stop. Move your awareness into the middle of your body. Visualize a button and press it. Notice what you notice. Could be anything, from a spot on a wall to your left ear. The first thing you notice is just perfect. But remember, whatever you're noticing is not what it logically seems. This is just a point of reference. Nothing but information at a basic level. And you aren't focused on this point either. It's just there, out the corner of your eye. You could call this unfocused unintent, if you will. Now, in reference to my last video, ask aloud or in your head, if this were a shape, what would it be? And what's the first thing that shows up? How does it show up? Is it blue? Is it shattered? Is it spinning? Can you smell it? Does it smell like mushrooms? Whatever gets your attention, whatever comes to you first is just dandy. Even if you think it's all in your head, just go with it. Don't see anything? Ask more questions or just make it up. It doesn't matter as long as you do it without thinking about it. Now let go and move your awareness back to that button in the middle of your body and press it. And just observe and see how you feel. Do you notice anything different? Do you feel strange? If you do, that's the feeling of change or something different happening. Don't notice anything different? Then notice something else. Then see what shows up then. Just keep looking for something different. Now, how does your neck feel? Or your head? Or whatever you wanted to change? Different? So, what is happening here? Well, first off, I don't think we're actually doing anything here apart from observing the information from a symbolic or unconscious perspective. And you could say that what we're noticing represents a solution or even the base of the problem, but who knows? It doesn't matter. To me, this exercise is just about recognizing the things you want, stepping back from all the logical nonsense and conditions we've made for ourselves, and just allowing it to happen through changing up your perspective. So I would recommend you keep trying this exercise, as you can get some really incredible results. Things you wouldn't expect, put it that way. Expect the unexpected. So if you can have a new experience, by doing something like changing up your perspective of reality, then what is reality? Surely it becomes a matter of choice, a matter of personal perception and experience. Anyways, I think I'm going to leave you with that for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I promise I'll be back with more videos soon, as I now have a new microphone. So more information can be found on my website if you would like to have a look. I'll put the link in the description below. Anyways, I hope you have a great day, and see you again soon.